just like a broken record, same old songs of accusation play. Like who are you to speak the truth? Just look at all your failures and mistakes. And if they really knew you, there's no way they could love you anyway. Oh, but I will fight the lies.
Hello, and welcome to the Spend Help Podcast, a podcast and a lifeline for moms who are stuck in the trenches of mommyhood, bringing them encouragement through Jesus, laughter, and sisterhood. Good morning. Well, good evening. That's when you will be seeing this.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's good morning to Christy. That's why we're having our coffee.
Yes. Well, it doesn't matter what time.
That's true.
It
That
is
is true.
for
Yeah.
coffee.
My mom made us the most amazing pumpkin.
Oh my goodness. It's true.
Like pumpkin bars, pumpkin bread, pumpkin brownies. I don't even know what they are, but my husband, Tim, she made them for us last week and we weren't able to record. So Tim and Josh ate most of them. And when Tim had some, he said, well, we need to call these moon and backs because you can taste that she loves you to the moon and back with every bite because they are unbelievable. And I was like, you need to call her. You need to call her right now and tell her those exact words. And of course, she swooned and we got more today.
We did. And I'm glad because
they're amazing. I was supposed to take you a plate.
Right.
And that didn't happen because you were at soccer a lot and I didn't get into Fort Worth.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
Yep.
But Tim and Josh liked them. They're like, these are probably going to go bad. Christy wouldn't want that.
That's true, though. And I would not have wanted them to go bad. Because they're amazing. They need to be eaten.
They do. They are incredible. They should be at every single holiday gathering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should be sold at every coffee shop. They are incredible.
Yeah.
Moon and backs. Moon and back pumpkin bars.
Yeah.
Yep. Pumpkin moon and backs? I don't know. I don't know.
Moon and back should definitely go first in whatever it is. Moon and back pumpkin bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, how are you?
You know.
Oh, no. You can't just leave it like that.
It's been great. It's been great.
I can see it.
Fabulous.
I can see it all over you that it's been great and fabulous.
Yeah.
So fabulous.
So fabulous.
Man.
How have you been?
I'm tired.
Yeah, right.
We've just been so busy, y'all. So busy. We are in a preparing season, I think. Well, I know that we're in a preparation season. I feel like I should be nesting, but I don't know who I'm nesting for. So you can't really nest because you don't know what age is coming into your house. So I just keep walking into that room and looking around and going, okay, well, when I know, I'll do more.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like we're like 7 or 8 months pregnant but we don't know with what or who or what age. And I have this need in my heart to like pull our little family of 3 together because this may be our last time as a little family unit of 3 because we're going to grow and I don't know how many times we're going to grow. And it's exciting and it's scary and it's exciting and it's the unknown. And I feel like Elsa should start singing right now, Into the Unknown, because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm sure if anybody out there has ever fostered, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're fostering to adopt. So there's this whole other element because we don't know if the kid that comes into our home is going to be our forever kid, but also there's a whole family that comes with them. And I'm praying for that family now already. Obviously, we're praying for the kids that are going to come through our house, but we're praying for that family too. And we're starting to try and establish more growing in the Lord for Josh so that he has a firmer foundation of his own, not just ours, to lean on.
Right.
I've spent a fortune on like a Holy Spirit based curriculum for him. And I mean, poor thing. I am spouting verses at him left and right in the morning when he is grumpy. I'm like Philippians 2:13. I am just like yelling it back at him. I mean, it is crazy in our house right now. And Tim and I we're because our caseworker said you must put date nights on the calendar, and I am going to be checking in to make sure you're going on date nights and you're getting away. We've never prioritized dates ever. Like once every couple of months, we'll go to a movie or something. And that's great. That is a date. It counts. I mean, even if we went and had a picnic or sat in the car outside of our house, I think it would count as time together. But we don't do, I don't know. I see, obviously we've all done this where we compare ourselves to people on social media. Never. Christy would never do that. She doesn't. She's so far above that. So far above. Yeah. She does not do this. Yeah. So I'm not talking to Christy right now. I'm talking to anyone else out there that's like me and has compared yourself to someone that you know on Instagram or Facebook where they're posting, their date nights with their sweet hubs. Yeah. And you're just like, wow, look at their relationship. I wish I could afford.
She took a shower.
Yeah.
And like put on cute earrings.
She has different shoes.
She blow dried her hair.
She has
She's
shoes
not wearing
other
yoga
than
pants.
Right. She has shoes other than Croc sandals, which is all I have. I have Croc flip-flops and it's all I ever wear. And I'm like, babe, at some point I'm going to need to get some different shoes. Yeah. I'm wearing tennis shoes today, but I also realized that the majority of my shoes are leopard print.
They are, yeah.
And while it is my favorite neutral, I'm 41 and it's time to maybe get some big girl shoes. But I don't want to wear shoes that hurt my feet because I'm 41 and I don't have to wear shoes that hurt my feet anymore. I do have boots. Fall is my time.
It's true.
I have boots. I have knee-high boots. I have over the calf boots. I've got thigh-high boots. Like you name it, I got the boots. I don't have cowboy boots because they don't make them wide enough for my calf. But I'm sure they do, but they're not cute. I don't have like practical just wear to church shoes. So I wear my leopard flip-flops because we're in Texas. Why not?
And you can.
You can. Anyway, that's off the subject. Get back. Yes. We went on a date. We went on a real date. Like in my mind, this is a date that doesn't normally happen. Tim and I, we've never done something like this, where we spend actual money on ourselves more than a movie, like Movie Tavern, where we actually eat. And then, if I get a drink other than water or a Coke, whoo, that is an expensive night, especially if we've had to pay a sitter. That is above and beyond. True. That is an expensive date night for us. And it's something that that's the date night. Like that's it. And that's the one that we have to budget for. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. this one I didn't even realize was actually happening because it was something that so Leanne Morgan is one of my very most favorite comedians. She kind of appeals to the 50 and over crowd. I love her. Love her. I found her on Dry Bar Comedy and have followed her for years, and I just adore her. And her big panty tour was coming through Dallas. And a couple months ago, I was looking it up. We were just looking it up together because we were watching her on TikTok.
Right.
In bed after I'd taken my Ambien. And I was like, oh my gosh, Tim, she's coming to Dallas in October. I was like, let's just see how much tickets are. I mean, I know we're not doing this, but let's just see how much tickets are. And so we did. And we were looking at the nosebleed seats and I was like, I don't want to, that's the Majestic Theater, the nosebleed seats. Those are really narrow and it's really steep. And I just don't, I was like, it wouldn't be worth it to go and sit all the way up there. And he was like, well, just for fun, let's see how much they would be like down closer, like on the floor level. And I guess we talked about, I don't really remember much past that. He was like, there are 2 seats on the second row. And I was like, or in the pit. And I was like, no. I was like, I wish. And then I blank out. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. He bought them. He invested in us. That is what he did. He knew that I would love it. He knew that he would love it. He knew that this was something we could afford in the moment. And he had just talked to his mom about how she one of her only regrets was not being able to go and see, I think, Victor Borga before he died. And she could have done it and she didn't. And he took us to Leanne Morgan on Sunday night. And we sat in row 2 in the pit. Like I could see the lines on her face. Like we were that close. She made eye contact with me half the time, but I felt like I got there and I was just like, I felt so uncomfortable. And I was like, why do I feel uncomfortable? I was so excited. I felt at home with my people, the 55 and over crowd. I feel at home with them. My mom, I always felt closer to my mom's friends and more comfortable with my mom's friends than I did with people my own age. So I blended right in. Like I wanted to just walk down that row and be like, is everyone excited? But I didn't because Tim was with me and I didn't want to, but that is my go-to. My mom starts bubbling up and she's just about to come right out of my mouth because she is the woman that gets everyone in the Macy's, all of the angry New Yorkers in the Macy's Santa line that's been there for 3 hours to sing Christmas carols together. Right. That is my mother. And that's me because it just comes right out. And we got in there and Tim went to go get us waters because I didn't know that you could bring water in because when can you ever bring water in? Right. Well, they didn't even check my bag. Right.
Oh.
When does that happen? Could have smuggled.
You were allowed
snacks.
to bring a bag?
Yeah. Snacks.
Yes.
Drinks. Could have brought it all.
Right.
Didn't know. Anyway, so I got to the seat first. Very close quarters, had to sneak, like really scoot in and, talking to everyone, like, this is so awkward. I'm so sorry. This is awkward. I'm so sorry. And they're like, well, at least you smell good. I'm like, yeah, we're going to be really close friends by the time this is over. This is just how I do awkward. And then I got to my seat and then the show starts and the opener comes out and Tim's not there. And I'm going, oh my gosh, I do not belong here. I do not have the money that these people have. I am in leopard croc flip-flops. at the Majestic in Dallas with the Dallas people, with the Dallas ladies. With the Dallas ladies.
Yes.
And I'm by myself, and it looks like I'm by myself. And then I was just like, no, I'm not going to let the enemy steal this. Because I knew that it was like being pinged in the head with, a dodgeball.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the enemy. And the Lord started just really talking to me like, you and Tim never put yourselves first. You never do stuff like this without permission from your parents or from someone else telling you it's okay for you to do this for you.
Right.
And not just do it for someone else. Because if it was for someone else any other time, we would do it. We'll give us shirts off our back.
Mm-hmm.
But we never do for us. And that's what the Lord is really working on us about is we don't put us first ever. And God wants good things for us too.
Yeah.
And he wants good things for our marriage. And we didn't need permission from anyone. And y'all, I know that that's weird. And some of you may be like, yeah, duh. But it was a huge realization for me that it wasn't just, I don't know where it got twisted in my life and in my heart, where we're always working towards making sure that everyone else had what we were experiencing on Sunday. Let's pray and make sure that this happens for these people, for my family over here or over here. And let's rally together and make sure that they have this and make sure that they have this. But we didn't ever do it for us.
Yeah, you would have in a heartbeat spent that amount of money if Dusty had have called and said, hey, let's go see Wicked on the second row for Christy's birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, because Christy would love that.
Yeah.
And it would be amazing to surprise her.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
But when it's just us, oh no, I can't do that. That wouldn't be right.
No.
Like you were saying earlier, like there's so many other things that we could spend that money on or that we need to spend that money on. Or how about your marriage?
Yeah.
That's an important thing.
I know. And that's what they've drilled into us in all of this preparation for fostering is that we have to prioritize us. And I mean, we've been getting that from church for our whole marriage. We got that in premarital counseling.
Right.
But it wasn't until now that somebody's forcing us to do it that we're really doing it, because it's like gun to your head. You have to do it.
Right.
But Tim knew. He knew that if he didn't pull the trigger when I was half asleep and on Ambien, the next morning I would have been like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't do that. He was smarter than me. And he was like, it was worth every penny because of how hard you left. I haven't left that hard. I needed that so bad. We have been in the thick of it, and we needed that time together. We held hands the whole time, which we never do. And we laughed so hard. And I mean, she's a wholesome comedian too, so I didn't feel like I needed to take a shower afterwards. But it was like somebody breathed life back into us.
Because your caseworker knows.
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming at you.
No.
And you don't know how whatever it is that's coming at you could potentially affect your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Your marriage needs to be strong.
Yeah.
On its own.
Yeah.
So that it can handle whatever it is that's coming at you.
Yeah.
whether it's falling in love with this kid and then they leave your house, and then falling in love with this kid and then they leave your house. Your marriage needs to be strong to support each other through all of those things.
Yeah. We went to church together by ourselves. Josh had spent the night with my parents the night before, and Tim took off worship team that morning, which never happens. We never get to worship side by side. And it was just a day of just like intimacy, not physical intimacy, just intimacy of like in worship and talking. And we hadn't spoken. He's been working back-to-back on-call shifts, 3 back-to-back on-call shifts, which meant he hadn't heard anything about PTA. He knew nothing about what was coming at him. He didn't know he was about to work on a sock hop and all these things. He didn't know about any of this stuff. And so like I had to catch him up on everything that was going on, except for the drama that's been going on outside of our little family unit. Mm-hmm. He has not heard about like my day, and I haven't heard about his day.
Yeah.
He's heard about Josh's. He's heard about everyone else in our family, but he hasn't heard about me. And we talked and we spent time together. And he grilled chicken just for the 2 of us. That never happens. Like, when do we ever cook just for the 2 of us?
Yeah.
That's not a thing that we do.
Right.
Like, I was like, no, let's just grab something. He was like, no, I want to go. I got pellets. Let's go grill. And I was like, oh, okay. For lunch? We're going to grill for lunch? Who are we?
Don't stop a man from grilling.
I know. Dusty has changed his whole life. Seriously. He's like, can I have a sleepover with Dusty and we can do a brisket? Yeah.
It would require a sleepover.
I know.
In order to complete the brisket.
We need to camp out and have a brisket.
Yeah.
We would reap the benefits.
We would.
Yeah.
It's true.
But it was really eye-opening because I didn't realize how much we were lacking. And the Lord was just really gentle with me in saying, yeah, you have really been neglecting this part of your life and this thing that I gave you that he gave me, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And also neglecting myself. Like the relationship with God, just me and God and our intimacy, not just on the go intimacy, but that relationship of just abiding in him.
Yeah.
And just doing something fun instead of just off onto the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the relationship that he's given to me, Tim is a gift. And I don't want to lose sight of that gift. We have to be a united front, but also but that's like a war term. Not just a united front. I want my best friend back.
Right.
I want to fall in love with him again. Not that I'm not in love with him. I just we need a tune-up. We're really good partners.
Right. Yeah.
But the love department needs a tune-up. It needs attention. Not a tune-up. It needs attention.
Right.
It just needs time and intimacy.
I read an article the other day that was talking about dogs and their behaviors. And when your dog just sits there and stares at you, they really want your attention.
Mm-hmm.
And then I suddenly noticed that Sophie sits and stares at me a lot.
Oh, yeah. She just needs you. Poor baby.
I know. She just comes and sits and stares. And I always thought she needed something, but she couldn't communicate to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's old and she forgot how.
Poor thing.
She just needs attention.
She's trying to figure out how to do dog sign language.
Yeah.
She can't figure out how to get up on her back legs.
Do you need food? No. You need water? No, it's full. Do you need outside? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, you just want attention.
I just need you, Mom.
Like, yeah, I know that you're like 17 years old and you've been here for my entire adult life, but you want attention from me. And I mean, we do that. We get all of the other things. All of the other things come in and something gets dropped, whether it's your dog or your marriage relationship, relationship with God. Like I went to a women's conference last week and the whole time it was like, I feel awkward being here. Like I felt like an imposter there.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here? I was there like an hour late to each thing because of other things that I had to do. So like walking in an hour late after the speaker has already started speaking, sitting in the back by myself because I'm not about to just stand there and like look for someone that I know and, oh, does she have a seat open next to her? No. Okay. Who's someone else? Like that's going to take longer of me just standing in the back being a, distraction to the person that's speaking. So I just go and sit by myself. And like, I felt all of those things. I'm like, no, this is a women's conference for women who love God and want to deepen their relationship for him. And I fit all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they talked about like imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome is very real.
It's very real.
I get it a lot.
I do too.
And it's just the enemy throwing it. I'm telling you.
I get it when I'm just being a mom.
It's one of those red, like, the sound, the dodgeball.
Yeah.
It hits you in the face and you don't even know where it comes from. Yes. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it hits you and you're like, oh my gosh.
But I get it like in my marriage.
Oh, amen.
Like, no, I'm not really being a wife because, this is his job and his, technically if I were being the wife that went with his job, I would be a completely different person. I'm not that person. So I feel very much like an imposter when we go to things that are work related for him because I'm not the one that's going to go socialize with everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
At all. So I feel like I'm like hindering what he's trying to do at those events because the other people have to like pry a conversation out of me. I feel like that, like with my kids, when I'm out and there are other parents around with their kids, I'm like, oh, how are they parenting? Because I am a mom. I promise you, I am the mom of all of these kids that are talking more to you than they are to me. And I know that
sign
this
of a
one
good
awkward
mom.
kid right here is talking to me, but this is not my kid. You have those kids. You know what kids I'm talking about. The
absolutely.
One that you're like, dude, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry that your cat died. I promise I am a mom, even though I don't know how to handle this kid. This kid's not mine. I'm not supposed to know how to handle them. But all of the things come in. We start feeling like we don't belong there. Like we're not good enough to do whatever it is. We're not good enough to go on that kind of a date.
Yeah. Wow. I just found something really good.
Oh, okay.
On imposter syndrome.
Oh.
By Propel Women. Yeah.
I've got the whole like, ooh.
Ooh, yes.
We should have sound effects.
I know, right? We should. Let's pretend you're pressing a button.
Ooh.
Imposter syndrome is a distraction from action. Imposter syndrome stalls and disables you. Fear and inadequacy are like weights around your ankles that prevent you from running full speed. Imposter syndrome does this by keeping your eyes fixed on your inadequacy. As long as you're preoccupied with your inability rather than God's ability, you will live a life of fearful restraint and small goals. You will never plunge deep into the waters of faith.
Ooh.
Yeah. Luke 5 reminds us it was never about you in the first place. Ouch.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians 10:5 has one answer. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ.
That really should be like my life verse.
I'm telling you. Peter had imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should share this.
We should.
I will.
Okay.
I'll share that. I had no idea we were going to talk about imposter syndrome.
I didn't either because like the whole time you were talking, I was like, yeah, and we do that with our relationship with God too.
Oh, for sure.
Like we don't spend the time with him needed so that when the things are, you know, thrown at us and we're supposed to be taking the thought captive, like what basis is there to stand on because we've neglected that relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really see us going into the whole imposter syndrome thing, but I feel like it fits in.
No, I haven't. I mean,
perfectly because
neither of us have had time. We have not had time to prepare adequately for this podcast. Seriously. But the Lord was preparing us. Who knew? It's crazy how it works like that. This is the thing that still comes at me from different directions, and I have to bat it down. I mean, it is like, and it feels like it's not something that really rises up in me like this anymore. It's more like the dodgeball that hits me in the face that I had no idea was going to hit me.
Right.
Like, I'm good. I'm here. I'm doing the thing. And then boom, ping. You know that sound? The sound of the red dodgeball hitting you?
Yeah.
Hitting flesh. You can't erase that from your memory, that sound. It's awful. I can hear it right now. That's all I hear right now. That's, you know, and sometimes you can block it. This is what I was telling Tim. I'm like, sometimes I can block it. But a lot of times it hits me and I'm like, that was the enemy. I see you, enemy, but it still hurt.
Right.
And I'm still dealing with the repercussion of it. And I don't know if it's going to come again. I'm ready now.
Right.
But my bell got rung.
Right. Yeah.
Because where did that come? Was not expecting that one. I was ready for all this over here. I was ready for it to come from this direction, but I was not ready for it to come from that direction.
Right.
Imposter syndrome. Oh, you don't belong here. This is not you. You don't deserve
You're
good
in
things.
This theater with all of your people that are in the over 50 crowd. You imposter.
Yeah. You don't deserve this.
They're the ones that are also wearing leopard croc flip-flops because they prefer comfort.
Yeah. You're not hot.
Except it was Dallas and not Fort Worth,
like
so.
Your husband doesn't want you. Like these are the things. Like, if we're being real, these are the questions. These are the thoughts. These are the things that pop up. Like, yeah, you and your husband are best friends, but he doesn't want you like her husband wants her.
Right.
Because look at her. Like, come on. Comparison is the thief of joy. Stop comparing yourself to someone else. You don't know what imposter syndrome they're walking in, or what other things that they're just not showing you. You have no idea what people are dealing with. Stop looking at them, comparing your life to them, because that is not truth. It's not truth. God is the only truth. He is the absolute truth.
It's true.
It is true. He is
true. That was true.
Yeah. That's where we should be looking for our truth.
Yeah.
The truth about us too.
Right. It's hard. I mean, especially when we what was it last week that I talked about like my prayer life and not praying for me? Like neglecting that relationship and that one-on-one time. Like Amanda asked me earlier, so how's that going? Like praying for you. I'm like, I mean, I'm doing it. I don't know how it's going.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Imposter.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Have I been neglecting the time so much that I can't even hear it anymore? That's not true. That's never true. If I draw near to him, he's going to draw near to me. He's there.
He never left.
Right.
You're the one that stopped talking.
Yeah. He's the one trying to do like dog sign language.
He's just going like
staring me down. Staring me down.
Oh my gosh.
He needs attention from me. He doesn't need it. He wants it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. See, y'all, my dog relates to this.
Sophie, bring in truth. Always. She's such a good girl.
She is. Talk about the blind and the lame.
Yeah. She's
fine.
Dixie had emergency tooth extractions.
Oh, no.
I know. On Saturday. And then we left her on Sunday. And she was whimpering
I was
whining.
trying really hard to she's been making eye contact with me. She wants attention from me. I'm going to take her in the pickup line. The first time I hit the brakes, she flew out of the chair onto the floorboard. Then she just stayed there.
I bet.
The rest of the time looking at me like, what are you doing to me?
Staring at you.
Why did you bring me here?
Oh my gosh.
It's like, you can get back up in the seat, like trying to pat it. And every time my hand.
And she's like,
no, I don't want back up there. You're going to throw me off of it again.
No. Yeah. I didn't even take Dixie to the vet. Tim did. And he brought her home. And she.
Well, at least he did. Could you imagine if I had done it for you? She would have been like, no.
She cried. And like, I was like, mommy's here. Mommy's here. And she's like, I don't want you. I want dad.
Right.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Dad's the one that saved me from the mean people.
Yeah, but dad's also the one that took you to the mean people.
Yeah.
So there. But now she's got this lip on this side that just kind of stays up like this.
Oh, like a little Elvis curl.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It shouldn't be funny. It's shouldn't be funny. No. It really shouldn't be. But I mean, she already smiles, but then her lip just gets stuck there because there's no tooth there anymore.
Aw.
I know. She kind of looks like there's this broken dog basically on like one of the ugliest dogs in America, you know, that has a looks like he has no teeth on the top, but like it's like stuck all the way up here. That's what Dixie looks like on one side right now. I know.
Poor kid.
I know. Poor baby. Anyway. I feel like I've talked and I've shared probably too much. I'm having that moment right now that I've shared too much.
Someone might need to hear it.
I hope so.
There are things in our lives that we don't share. And it's because, of imposter syndrome. If I share this, then they're going to think less of me. They're going to think I don't belong in their group anymore. They won't want to have to handle it or handle me. Like there are things in our lives that we just don't share. So maybe somebody needed to hear it. Yeah.
I hope so. Cause I really went deep there for a minute. And I'm not gonna go back on it. I'm not gonna go back on it. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. There are things that we neglect that we need to spend more time on, whether it's our relationship with our kids, our relationship with our parents, our relationship with our spouse, our relationship with God. What we put into it, the measure that you pour in will be the measure that you get out. Mm-hmm. That's scriptural. It's taped on my mirror. I don't remember where it's found, but it's truth. It's God's truth, not mine. What we put in will be what we get out. And we let the stress and all the stuff impact at least one relationship. That's just how it works. Something falls. When one thing gets picked up, something else falls.
When we're hyper focused on our kids.
Yes.
The relationship with our spouse usually takes a hit.
Yes.
And I have been guilty of that. I don't know, like I have a tendency to really think of Tim and I as a unit. And I never put myself first ever. And that's not me being humble. Like I just don't. I've just never done it. I think it's been sometimes even false humility. It comes from years and years of being taught that, you should never put yourself first. But then I was also taught you have to put everyone else first. You have to put everyone else first. Everyone else comes first and then you get last. And that is how I have operated as a mom. And in our marriage, I have even put my family and his family first. And I have not put Tim first because I think of Tim and myself as we're a unit and we're a team and we're doing this together.
Right.
So it's not like I'm neglecting him on purpose. I'm neglecting us because we are a we and not a him and me. And so I just see us as we're so a unit. And he kind of does the same thing. Like we're very built the same in that respect. So I don't blame him at all for doing the same thing. We're just always focused on all the other people. And then we come together we're really good at coming together and like side by side working and like fighting together, the good fight, like we're really good at that. In ministry, we work together well. We run a business together well. We do all the things together well. But we don't look at each other well. And that's something that the Lord has really put on my heart and his heart to work on. Because we've lost that.
Yeah.
Because I personally have allowed everyone else to be more important than us. And I can't do that anymore. Especially now that we're entering into this season. He is the most important person. He is. But I don't show that in action. I show it like in my heart, he really is. And if push came to shove and he needed me and like we needed to like shut down completely everything else, it would happen. But I think there have been times that he needed me, that he didn't say he needed me, and I should have seen it. And I should have laid down because I was mowing everybody else's lawn. And God didn't tell me to mow their lawns. But I had my little push mower out there. Too busy doing everybody else's yards to handle my own. Had Josh with me though. Yeah. I don't know. Does that make sense? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, that was very raw. Wow. That was a lot. We're not going to be able to edit this because this has to go live tonight. Cool.
It's great.
Yeah. I'm so excited about this one. So good.
No wonder God didn't tell you ahead of time.
No. I would have shut this down.
Surprise.
I would have shut it down. This would not be what we were talking about. No. Nope.
See what happens when you're raw and vulnerable.
Yes. Oh, my hair's a mess too. That's fine. Might as well. We
started covering ourselves up so that we couldn't see it, but then I have to move it to hit the thing. Yeah,
we are not allowed to see ourselves on the screen because we tend to not be quite as raw when we can see ourselves on the screen.
It's true.
We forget that there's a video.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah, clearly it works. Next week, Christy's going to be raw. That's what's going to happen. I'm not going to talk at all. I'm going to let her talk the whole time.
I'll figure it out. Remind me on Monday night.
Nope. I didn't get a reminder.
What are you going to be raw about today?
Anyway, we love you guys.
We do.
I hope this encouraged you. If not, it was for nothing. Anyway, we love you. We are praying for you. Please reach out to us if you need anything to be prayed for. We want to pray with you. We want to partner with you in that. We want to help raise you up. You can reach out to us on social media at Send Help Podcast. You can go to our website and send us a message, thesendhelppodcast.com. You can watch us on just about any streaming site, including YouTube. So check us out and we will see you next week. Bye.